From Wave, your Kentucky Derby official station, this is Sunrise at the Downs. Sponsored by River City Bank.
And welcome, best time of year to live in Louisville, right? It is Derby week as you look at the iconic Twin Spires. What a great way to start off this Monday.
Yeah, the sky a little bit pink. We had the most beautiful sunrise this morning, let me tell you. Bubblegum pink.
Yes.
Picture perfect. Can't get any better than that to kick off Derby week.
It certainly is, and it feels pretty good out here, too. We have a lot of crowds, people here gathering, waiting to see the Derby and Oaks contenders hit the track around 7:15. Right now, let's send things over to meteorologist Tawana Andrew. And you should show off those earrings.
Oh, okay. So, yes, I have to show off the earrings. These were made by CT Collections. So, shout out to Carol, CT Collections 502. Custom cool earrings there for Derby. I love it, and I love her. And I'll be wearing her earrings for the next couple of days, by the way. So, she does some amazing work if you want to check her out. Let's talk about weather, though. We're in the 50s right now across the area, so a cool morning. So grab the jackets and the cute earrings, of course. We are watching more of these clouds increasing across the area right now. We'll add in more clouds for the afternoon with highs today in the upper 70s and the low 80s. Some spotty showers and thunderstorms possible as we get into the afternoon hours, so keep that in mind. But the main severe threat doesn't arrive until overnight tonight into early tomorrow. Watching that 8 p.m. to 4 a.m. time frame for that. So I'll talk a little bit more about that severe threat for overnight in my full forecast. Ladies.
All right. Thank you, Tawana. We actually had some beautiful weather for Saturday for opening day.
We did. It was gorgeous. The first race was at 12:45, and then right after the third race, we had the pill pull. So we now know where the Oaks and Derby horses will break from come this Friday and Saturday. Let's take a look first at the Derby contenders. Renegade breaking from hole number 1, 4-1. That's the current favorite. But as Donna Brothers was just telling us in that live interview that we had with her, since they changed the gate, it really hasn't, there's not so much bad luck with hole number 1 anymore.
Yeah, it's a tight spot, but it's not impossible to win. We've had 8 Derby winners coming from post 1, so not impossible.
Yeah, most have come from hole number 5. That is Right to Party, current odds 30-1. Then we have Commandment, Done on Bourbon. That is a horse from Japan, 20-1 odds. So Happy, 15-1. And then that rounds out the top 10 there. And then taking a look then at the next 10.
Then we have Incredible at 20-1 odds. Chief Wallaby, trained by Bill Mott, coming in at 8-1. Silent Tactic coming in at 20-1. Then we have Potente. And then further down the list, we have Further Ado, breaking from the 18 spot. That's one of Brad Cox's 3 horses in this race. He also trains Full Effort, breaking from post 20. So lots of options out there for Brad Cox. He has a couple of the favorites in this one.
Yeah, you know, I really like Emerging Market. It'll be breaking from the 15 hole. Bull. That is trained by Chad Brown. And we'll have jockey Flavian Prop on board. He's finished. He's 6 in-money finishes out of 8 times in the Derby. So that's pretty good. Let's take a look at the Oaks positions right now for you. The favorite in this one is Zany. That'll be breaking from the second hole, trained by Todd Pletcher with really one of the top jockeys right now, Arad Ortiz. Current odds for Zany 4-1. Do we have those Oaks? Those are the Oaks positions right there.
And the reminder, Bob Baffert's Battle of Rouge has been scratched after exiting Sunday work. So that means Lovely Gray now enters the field. And if you'd like to see the full Oaks and Derby field again, you can just visit our website at wave3.com.
Percy's Bar, by the way, 6-1. I think a lot of people might be putting some money on Percy's Bar just because it is named after Churchill Downs and Keeneland bartender Percy Poole, who was so well known. He passed away in February of 2020.
But Dawn at the Downs is happening right now. Plenty of people coming out to Churchill Downs. Gates just opened for that about 20 minutes ago. The crowd looking good, waiting for those Derby horses to take the track.
Yeah, it should be just about 10 minutes from now. Let's go over to Kirsten Foote, who is live. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. We are just off of the First Turn Club, and Dawn at the Downs is underway here. Gates open at 6:45, and people are lining up all the way down the track, getting ready to see the Oaks and Derby horses. They're going to be practicing at 7:15 this morning, and people were lining up before then to come see them. And I have some friends here, Cheryl and Kristen, and you guys are here. What brought you out here today?
We're retired educators. This is our first year that we actually had the ability to come and see it at this time, and just excited to be able to enjoy the experience.
Yeah. So what time did you wake up this morning to get here and to get in line?
Well, we're not from here directly. We're from Scottsburg, so we got up about 5 and drove down here. So, but it's been worth it. It's a beautiful morning. It's a great day to see the horses.
What are you most looking forward to? Obviously, like I said, we're going to have the Oaks and Derby horses in just about 10 minutes out here. So what are you most looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to seeing a couple specific horses. So happy. I like the storyline and Golden Tempo. I've always been a Curlin fan, so I'm excited to see those 2 horses.
Totally. And have you been a horse racing fan your whole life? Just what does this sport mean to you? What does this week mean to you coming into Derby week?
I've just been kind of a casual observer. I came to the infield in 2001. It was my only experience actually at the Derby, so I like to do quieter days at the Downs.
Totally. I know, this is beautiful. I mean, a beautiful morning too. And I mean, you can just see people lining up all the way down the track here too. Kind of, it's a very specific energy, and it's very exciting. Can you kind of touch on just what you're feeling here right now?
It's just butterflies. It's exciting to be a part of the tradition.
Same for you.
And it's neat to see all the families that are here, all the generations, people dressed up, people dressed down. It's just a neat community experience, I think.
Totally, it definitely is. You couldn't have said it better. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. Have so much fun this morning. It really is. I mean, there's families out here. There's people, just from all walks of life out here getting ready to take in Dawn at the Downs here as we usher in Derby week. So it's just a very exciting time out here. Shannon and Olivia, back to you guys.
All right, thank you, Kirsten. Awesome to see some friends come out here together. But while the top thoroughbreds prepare to take the track here at Churchill Downs this week, there's another race, kind of a crazy race happening up Rob Ben Arena.
Total crazy race. Yes, this is the Great Bed Races that returns tonight. Teams of community and business leaders have spent weeks preparing their mattress on wheels and costumes for the race too. They do give out awards for fastest time, also best decorated, most entertaining, and the Cone Eater Award. And look at that wave. Even has a bed race team too. We're excited about that. The tailgate party gets going at 1 o'clock and the parade of beds begins at 6. The races start at 7 p.m. and you can watch it right here on Wave. And we have some of our Sunrise team members competing too. That includes 2 of our producers, Jessica Scoutcroft and Ben Benitez. All you need to get in is that Pegasus pin and just park at the Expo Center. It's $15.
Yeah, a lot of pressure on our Wave team because we do have some high expectations. They've done pretty well in the past, so we're excited to see them this year. But hey, weather is fine just now, but later tonight things could take a turn, Joanna.
Yeah, it's the overnight hours that we're really focused in on for some of those stronger storms. So while we could have some scattered showers and thunderstorms this afternoon, we're still focused in on that 8 p.m. to 4 a.m. time frame for some of those storms moving through our area, damaging winds, and the potential for some isolated tornadoes are possible. I'll break down those threats in my full forecast.
Thank you, Tawana. And still to come, much more action from Churchill Downs. Again, 7:15 to 7:30. That's the time for the Derby and Oaks contenders to have the track all to themselves. As you take a live look right here, the yellow saddle towel means that is a Derby horse. And welcome back. These flowers are so pretty, aren't they? Wow. All right, you can't miss people who have a jacket on like this.
Yeah.
And they're a big deal, too.
That means they're a KDF volunteer, and we have Mike Andolfo here. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Yeah, pleasure to be here. Excited to be here. Just thank you guys for everything you all do for the festival. The parade broadcast yesterday was amazing. You guys really just step up for us big time.
And you're a third generation KDF
board member.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you were born into the festival. You just love it.
I remember doing putting the tables together for the Day Off Luncheon, like in the kindergarten and all that kind of stuff. Yes.
Oh my goodness. All right, let's talk about the bed races tonight.
Yeah.
What can people expect?
Yeah, so the bed race is presented by Snap-on, just an amazing event. Like, this is the one event that I think people kind of sleep on, right? And one time, you go out there one time, you're going to just love it. It's so much fun to see these. First off, it's a huge party. You get out there, the tailgating starts around 1 o'clock, really gets going probably around 3. You get in with the Pegasus pin, and then we have a parade of beds, and everyone's kind of celebrating and whatever else. But the racing is also just so entertaining. You're guaranteed to probably see someone's wheels fall off. You got some cones flying everywhere. But you got some beds that they spend a lot of money on, and really, like, these guys take it really, really
Well,
serious.
look at our wave bed.
Yeah,
I mean, that thing is impressive.
The PRP
wave runners.
welding classes actually put that together for us too. I mean, people take this so seriously. Are there any teams to watch tonight?
Yeah, so pretty much Texas Roadhouse is always a team to watch. I mean, that's why when you go to the airport, you see that blue hair, and you see the Texas Roadhouse bed as you're going to the gates. Yeah, Texas Roadhouse is always really tough. So that's probably the one that's consistently always at the top.
Right. And then, so we have the bed races tonight, and we know that there's so much more coming up. We have the steamboat race.
Yep, we have the steamboat race Wednesday, and hoping for good weather there. It looks like really tonight after the bed races is the only bad weather we might have. So the weatherman's doing his job.
Knock on wood.
Yeah. Big shout out to Tawana keeping us on top of all of that right now. So, I mean, do you ever have time to sleep too? Because, I mean, busy weekend, you're up here early with us, and then you have the rest of the week where everything else going on.
I find my time to get 2 or 3 hours, and that's about it. So,
2 or 3, that's not enough.
Tonight is, for example, I got up around 4 this morning, got here, and then I'll get home probably around 10 o'clock tonight. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Wow,
a
what a
long
schedule
day
for you.
Wow.
Yeah, it is, but it's worth it because I was at the Balloon Glow Thursday night, and I'm sitting here. It's like, this is why we do this. The Derby Festival is a bridge in our community that brings all different walks of life together for entertainment and enjoyment and just pride in our community. And I could not be more proud to wear this pink jacket.
Oh, well, looking good. We love it. Thank you
very
so
much.
much, Mike. Thanks for coming and have a great time. And so, yes, he was talking about pretty good weather.
Weather as well. So just keep that in mind. So what we are dealing with right now across the area, quiet conditions, but hey, out here at Churchill Downs, the vibe is great because everybody is out here with their cups of coffee, keeping warm and being fully prepared for, of course, eventually that rain moving in overnight. Now, what we're dealing with right now, a lot of those storms off towards our west, some of them strong to severe in portions of Missouri. We have some leftovers now moving through portions of Illinois, and the clouds coming off of those are now drifting further into our area to start off the day. So those have made some beautiful sunrises, but now that sun is up and we're going to start to see our temperatures warming up. We're still mainly sitting in the 50s this morning to kick things off. And as we continue throughout the rest of the day, we'll see that gradual warming trend ending up in the upper 70s and low 80s for this afternoon's high. So this afternoon is going to feel pretty good. But if you're trying to figure out what to do with your hair, an updo might be the way to go for this afternoon because we are going to see wind gusts between 20 and 30 miles per hour. Notice that we could see some spikes there in terms of the wind, and that will come along with any additional scattered showers and thunderstorms that move through. We do see that potential for some of those spotty light showers as we get towards lunch, and mainly some drizzle in that regard. But then we get further into the afternoon towards 3, 4, 5 o'clock, some of these scattered showers and thunderstorms trying to move our way at that point. But the main rain chance still doesn't show up until later on tonight. So we do have a slight risk of severe weather for the majority of our area for today. Damaging winds and isolated tornadoes. Those will be the main threats, along with some locally heavy rain. But for those of you west of I-65, you do have a better chance to see some of those stronger storms. But as you get further to the east, that severe threat does gradually drop off, especially as we lose more of the heating of the day and more of the energy for those storms. Let's break down a little bit more of what we're expecting. We get past about 8, 9, 10 o'clock tonight. Those storms start to race in from the west, and we'll keep an eye on them as they move towards us towards midnight. This is when we'll see more of the heavy rain, more of the strong winds, more of that tornado threat. But past midnight, that's when that tornado threat, the severe threat overall, starts to drop off as these storms push further and further to the east. The majority of the rainfall, especially the heaviest rain, looks to move out by about 4 a.m. tomorrow morning, but we can still keep some spotty showers lingering all the way through sunrise and even towards 8 a.m. tomorrow. So you know that'll have something on the head to make sure the hair looks good. We get further into the morning hours, drier conditions come back our way. We're talking about anywhere from half an inch to 2 inches of rain possible with those storms that we see overnight tonight into early tomorrow. While we have that alert day out for tonight, keep in mind that we have another alert day out for tomorrow night, especially for those of you in Kentucky, because this is where we can see additional strong storms trying to pop. We'll watch for some spotty showers lingering into your Wednesday morning, and as of right now, just watching some scattered showers around for Oaks Day as well. We'll have much more of Sunrise after this break.
Good morning. It's now 7:18. That means we have some Derby and Oaks horses on the track right now. They have that 7:15 to 7:30 time where the track is just for them.
And it looks like we already have a couple out there. They haven't started their full runs, just getting a little bit of a stretch out there. I can't really see who that is, though, right now.
No.
They do have those yellow towels, though, so that's how you know it's a Derby contender. The Oaks contenders have the pink saddle towels, so keep an eye out for that this morning. And we have a great crowd here for Dawn at the Downs already.
We do, and now most of the hard work has already been done. Now they just kind of want to keep these horses happy and healthy until the next week. So let's hope we don't have any more scratches. Bottle of Rouge, trained by Bob Baffert, that was expected to be in the Oaks. Unfortunately, that horse was scratched after being on the track. They noticed a few little breathing issues. Owned by Bob's wife, Jill Baffert, and she named it after a Harry Styles song because she's a huge Harry Styles fan.
Okay, everyone should be a Harry Styles fan in the first place, so I love that. And I also love hearing the unique ways that people come up with Derby horse names because, some of them get pretty kooky out there, too.
Yeah, do you have any favorites if you were just to go with the name? What would you go for the Derby?
If I was just going with the name, I would say probably the Puma. As we've heard, it's not pronounced Puma, it's Puma.
Yes.
So, and just because I like it, it just sounds like it's going to get you.
It does.
What about you? Do you have a favorite name?
By the way, fun how they named that because Gustavo Delgado Sr., his family, they always call him the Puma. So they hope that the horse does really well. But he apparently looks just like a very well-known Venezuelan singer by the same name. Gosh, if I was just going to pick based on, I'd have to go with So Happy.
That's a good one.
I just love that horse. That name, trained by Mark Glatt. And we do know, sadly, he lost his wife just a few months ago. And here they are now making it to the Derby. Mike Smith will be aboard. I can't see which horse that is.
You're hearing that Sovereignty.
Oh, yeah. So Sovereignty won last year back on the track. We expect to see Sovereignty race at Churchill Downs, so that would be wonderful. Just a beautiful, beautiful horse, and they're letting Sovereignty out on the track right now.
Rightfully so. That's why you see that yellow towel there. So no, Sovereignty is not running in the Derby this year. That obviously wouldn't work out being 4 years old now, but still great that he gets to be out there on the track as well.
And you see trainer Bill Mott on the pony next to Sovereignty. In this year's Derby, Bill Mott will have Chief Wallaby with Junior Alvarado aboard. Current odds for Chief Wallaby 8-1. And what is so cool is his son has two Derby contenders.
You also told me there's a funny story about how they named Chief Wallaby too, because I think of a wallaby like
the
animal that is in the family with a kangaroo, but no, it's not the shoes.
Yeah, the owner, she says that her husband loves to wear wallabies. Of course, I had to look it up. And when we were talking to Bill on Saturday, he said, if this horse wins the Derby, I'm going to be getting a pair of wallabies. Okay,
and there's
could you see that?
The Puma. Yes, I know. It's so tricky to kind of get your eyes focused on those horses, and also they're going so fast.
Looking really good there, the Puma. Let's see who else is on the track right now. Thanks to Lee Holman, who is our photographer. He comes out here every single morning to capture all of these. Now, that is the Lone Gray. I believe that is that? No, I think that's just, that may be full effort, I think.
We'll see in just a second.
I can't read that. I feel like I'm taking an eye test.
So I believe that one is
also eligible.
Yeah.
If that horse gets in, and that's a big horse, this would be a lot of speed in the race. So if there's another horse that scratches, Great White would be able to get in.
And of course, we don't want any horse to scratch, but usually that is almost inevitable every year with the Derby. We'll have at least one, but we'll keep a close eye on that, of course, and keep you updated as we get all that information in.
We're going to be bringing you much more from Churchill Downs. You're watching Sunrise at the Downs on your Kentucky Derby official station, Wave.
This Wave News Update is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan.
Good morning, live from the backside here at Churchill Downs. I'm Shannon Kogan.
And I'm Olivia Russell. And while the thoroughbreds are here on the track at Churchill Downs this week, another race will be happening tonight in Broadbent Arena.
That's right. It's the Great Bed Races. So get ready for that figure eight madness to return. Teams of community and business leaders have spent weeks getting their mattress on wheels and costumes ready. Awards will be given out for fastest time, best decorated, most entertaining, plus the Cone Eater Award. The tailgate party starts at 1, the parade of beds at 6, and the races start at 7. And Wave does have a team competing this year. You get in free with the Pegasus pin. Parking at the Expo Center is $15, and you can watch all the action right here on Wave.
Now let's check in with meteorologist Swana Andrew for a look outside.
And things are looking really nice out here this morning. We are dealing with cool conditions, seeing that sun now over the horizon, and now we're starting to add in more of those mid to upper level clouds. The temperatures are mainly in the 50s to start off the day, so we're looking pretty good there. And we're watching some clouds gradually drifting in from the west. These are going to take over as the morning goes along. We'll also watch for some spotty light showers and drizzle trying to show up towards noon, but then some scattered showers and thunderstorms for this afternoon that we'll have to keep an eye on. Highs today in the upper 70s and the low 80s. Don't forget that we have the alert day in place for the overnight hours into early tomorrow. Before we get to that, we'll watch the wind gusting between 20 and 38 miles per hour for most of the daytime hours. But as those storms move in for later on tonight, the wind is going to pick up and that severe threat increases as well. That potential for damaging winds, isolated tornadoes For those of you west of I-65, we'll continue to monitor that severe threat a little bit more for the overnight hours, and by about 4 a.m. that threat drops off. For the next 10 days, here's what we have going on. We are going to be keeping an eye on some more storms for your Tuesday night with some quieter weather as we get towards Derby.
Good morning, 7:30 right now. We just seen the backside here at the backside.
You were waiting to make that joke, weren't you?
I was. Can't see the name on that yellow saddle towel, but that does mean that that is a Derby horse. Let's see if we can, as it turns the corner. Let's see.
Can't see. It's a bit bright out there too, but Dawn at the Downs continues this morning, and we know from 7:15 until 7:30 those Derby and Oaks contenders have their exclusive time on the track, while the other horses will be working out until 10 a.m. But it is free to attend if you want to come down to Dawn at the Downs. Parking even free, so you can park in the yellow or turquoise lot, and then you have until 10 a.m. to check out those horses.
Yeah, it's so much fun. So maybe you can have an excuse to get late to work or to school to come out here. I think it's a perfect excuse. I was at Churchill Downs watching the horses, right? Where else can you do that?
Exactly. And this morning only, you have the chance to eat breakfast with a view, because tickets are still on sale for this morning's Dawn at the Downs dining. So it's a Kentucky Derby week tradition with a breakfast buffet on Millionaire's Row and at the Stakes Room at Churchill Downs. While you eat that delicious meal, you can watch the horses run and work out from 6 floors above the track. It starts at 7 a.m. and you can get your tickets on Churchill's website. They range from $55 to $70. But when it comes to winning the Kentucky Derby, sometimes it's better to be lucky than it is to be skilled, and we know it all comes down to luck for the pill pull.
Yeah, it really does. So that was took place on Saturday, right after race number 3. The Oaks and Derby positions now set. So let's start off with the Derby race, taking a look at the post positions right now. So we have breaking from the first hole will be the favorite, Renegade. Now, 6-speed drew the 17th spot. That's a starting gate that has seen 0 Kentucky Derby winners, which if you think about that in 151 years, that's pretty crazy. Commandment sits at 6-1, will be coming from hole number 6. 2 horses have won there in the last 95 Derbies. Further ado, 5-1 will start from way outside in the 18 hole, but that produced a recent winner in Country House back in 2019.
And on your screen right now is an entire list of where every horse will be starting the Derby from. So we know Renegade 4-1 odds breaking from the one post. That's a tight spot, but not totally impossible. We've had 8 Derby winners from that one post. And then Albus at 30-1 odds will be starting in the second gate. Some of the longest shots include Intrepido at 50-1, breaking from gate 3, Golden Tempo at 30-1 at post 19, and Litmus Test and Right to Party are also coming in at 30-1.
Actually, quite a few of these horses have odds of 30-1. Incredibolt at 20-1. Chief Wallaby is right there, and that's Riley Mott, who has Incredibolt, and his dad has Chief Wallaby, will be breaking right next door. Okay, so let's take a look at the Oaks positions right now, too. We have the favorite in this one is Zany, trained by Todd Fletcher, at 4-1, will be breaking from hole number 2. Explora, that's Bob Baffert's horse, will be breaking from the first hole. Unfortunately, their other horse, Bottle of Rouge, it says it's 20-1, but however, that horse has been scratched. That means that there's another horse to add to that list, and that is Lovely Gray.
But it's not just about Friday and Saturday. We know big tradition of Derby week continues, and that starts with 5-0 Tuesday tomorrow.
Yes, and then we have Wednesday coming up after that. But 5-0 Tuesday is a really neat day. It's a chance for general admission. It's just $5. Along with the discounted tickets, there'll be a lot of celebration about what makes Louisville so great. And there will be artists creating neighborhood caricatures outside the Club SI by Sports Illustrated, so you can get your own caricature of your own neighborhood. And they'll have Shop Loki, local Derby Week fashion contest. You can enter that by scanning a QR code on the big board at the track and post a picture of it. They're going to have 9 races tomorrow. The gates open at 11:30. The first race is at 12:45. There is not any racing today.
And if you're planning on heading out to Churchill Downs, you can park for free at the Kentucky Expo Center. There will be free parking with free shuttles going to and from Churchill Downs on 5-0 Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. You can enter through gates 1 or 2. You can also buy a parking pass at Churchill Downs through Ticketmaster or the Churchill Downs app. But on Oaks and Derby days, if you don't already have on-site parking but have reserved seating with front-side access, there is parking at the Kentucky Expo Center, which is included with your ticket. Other than that, they don't have parking options here on site.
And so we have 5-0 Tuesday tomorrow. Wednesday, it's Wednesday at the track, so you can support a number of local nonprofits when you buy tickets. You can find the ticket links on the Community Foundation of Louisville website. Thursday is Thurby, a celebration of all things Kentucky. And of course, Friday, it's a 152nd Kentucky Oaks. This year, the Oaks race is at 8:40 p.m. prime time, and you can watch it on Wave. And then Saturday, of course, it's the 152nd Kentucky Derby.
I feel like, the whole build-up, it's just a celebration of all things Louisville, and then we really get into the finale with Oaks and Derby. But Donna Brothers, you've probably heard that name. She has covered the Kentucky Derby for NBC News from a unique position on horseback, and she's made this tough decision that she will be retiring after this year's Derby.
I know, I just can't believe it. I had a chance to sit down with Donna to talk about her incredible career.
Victor Espinosa, you get your second Derby mount of your life.
Since 2000, Donna Brothers has been the first person who interviews the winning Kentucky Derby jockey.
I'm in a position to catch the jockey immediately after the race, while the race is still in their heart and the win is still in their heart, and they haven't taken it to their head yet. And that's all I want, is what's in their heart.
She makes it look easy, but says at first she questioned if she wanted the job.
I remember coming home after that show and saying to my husband, I realize that they're paying me well to do this, but it's really hard and I don't think I want to do it. And he kind of talked me off the ledge.
Donna is a former jockey. She went by her maiden name, Donna Barton. She won 1,100 horse races in her career before retiring in 1998. She's still ranked among the top female jockeys in purse earnings.
Riding horses, I've done since before my earliest memory, so that part's the easy part.
The hard part, she says, was learning how to be a storyteller.
Joelle, what a roll you're on.
Donna shared that lesson came from a not-so-flattering critique from a magazine reporter who wrote,
I have no idea why NBC continues to persist with these fluff interviews from horseback directly after the race. So I was like, okay, that was harsh, but having been a jockey, I was used to criticism. So in fact, they were fluff interviews. And so he did me a favor.
She spends hours every day researching everything about the jockey and all the connections so she knows what to ask. One of her most memorable post-race interviews?
His first Derby was so raw.
The 2007 win by Calvin Burrell on Street Sense.
I wish my mama and daddy was here.
Tears were running down his face, and he talked about the horse and the trainer.
Donna says she's never fallen off a horse covering a race, but this happened.
Yow.
On the Today Show, yeah.
In Donna's office are pictures of her time as a jockey.
And then this is one of my mud photos that somebody gave me along the way.
Oh my gosh, look at that. Her mother in 1969 was one of the first women to get her jockey's license. Both of them trailblazers.
When people would say, about being a woman in a man's world, my thought was, this is my world. I grew up here. This isn't a man's world, it's my world.
Now retiring at 60, it will most certainly be her world.
I'm going to spend a lot less time in front of the computer and a lot more time outside.
And more time with her dog, Jackson.
Oh, goodness gracious.
She says when she looks back, it's not her professional achievements she's most proud of.
I am most proud of being a good daughter to my mother and being a good sister to my sister and being a good wife to my husband and being a good friend to my friends. The other stuff, it's great, but that's what matters to me.
Oh, what a great way to put it, too. I mean, so many other things that she does in life, and we only see her on horseback.
Yes, and she loves the parks here, so she spends a lot of time outside. And earlier this morning, we had a chance to talk with Donna live, and she gave us some of her top Derby picks, or the horses that she's watching right now. Welcome back. We are joined by Donna Brothers. I can't believe you're retiring.
You're way too young.
You know what? I just turned 60. I know I don't look a day over 70, but I just turned 60, and it's just time to pass the baton, right? At some point, I mean, it's been such a fun ride. 26 years in the Kentucky Derby. I like to say I have the second best seat in the house because I think the best seat is whoever's riding the Derby winner. But on that horse right there, after they cross the finish line, and I get to talk to the jockey first, definitely the second best seat in the house. But at some point, it's time to pass the baton, and this is the time.
I always say you have the coolest job, and you know so much, obviously, about horse racing. So let's talk about some of Donna's picks for the Derby. Want to start off with Commandment?
Well, Commandment is a horse that I think is getting overlooked by the Sharpies, let's say. So he's not a flashy horse to look at on the racetrack. He's very workmanlike. You can see him galloping on the racetrack right there. He's not even pulling on his rider, so he doesn't catch a lot of people's eyes, but you know what he does? He wins. And he's very competitive when it comes to horse racing, and in his last race in the Florida Derby, he beat the Puma by a very narrow margin. It was a hard-fought victory, and people in horse racing tend to like flashier wins, like we saw from Renegade, like we saw from Further Ado, but I like workmanlike. This guy just rolls those 12s over, and he shows up every time.
So the next horse you gave us, So Happy, I'm sure hoping to be happy after this race. What makes you happy about So Happy?
Well, So Happy is a great story. So his trainer, Mark Glad, sadly, his wife passed away in February. They were married for, I think, 25, 27 years. They have 3 adult children. So, they're definitely riding here on the wings of angels. But Mike Smith, not only would he become the oldest jockey to win the Kentucky Derby at 59, he rode his first Kentucky Derby when he was 17 years old.
Isn't that amazing?
So, yeah, he's been spanning quite a few years. He already has 2 Kentucky Derby wins, but anybody who knows Mike Smith loves Mike Smith, and so you can't help but to root for that whole team.
Yeah, he said he gave an interview on Saturday because he was here riding So Happy, and he said, "I'm just so happy."
He always is.
Yes.
He told me one time that he prays 1,000 times a day, and I said, how do you have time? And he said, they're just prayers of gratitude, just incessant prayers of gratitude.
I love that. Okay, and the last one you want to talk about, the Puma. The Puma.
She already corrected our pronunciation.
Saying it wrong.
The Puma.
It's not really a correction because it's so minor, but it's supposed to be Pew as in P-E-W as opposed to Poo as P-O-O.
Okay.
Apparently, that's what they tell me. So the Puma is another horse that's very workmanlike. You know, he looks a lot like Mage, who won the Kentucky Derby for these same connections a couple of years ago in 2023. But that Mage was by Good Magic. This horse is not by Good Magic. He does look like a Good Magic horse, but he's another horse who's not flashy to look at, but he just gets the job done time and time again. Now, having said all that, Shannon asked me to narrow it down to my top 3 a couple days ago. And I'm going to be honest, I haven't narrowed it down to my top 5 yet.
Wow.
Because I still want to see how they do this week. And so for people who are watching, continue to watch this coverage, because you guys are doing a great job of like showing the horses, talking to the trainers. You're going to get the buzz here. And so, we just have to keep watching them train. It's a long week, even though we're right on the precipice of Derby.
Well, I hope you enjoy it. And you have always been so wonderful to us. So thank you for coming and giving us that time. And we're going to miss you next year.
It's my pleasure. But I have a question. Did they decide yet, turquoise or red?
I can't reveal the winner. And we still have 3 more days to vote. 3 more days.
All right, we'll wear the jacket. I don't
for sure have on a jacket.
Thank you, Donna. Thanks, and congrats on a great career, too.
Yes, for sure.
We'll be right back.
It's always so fun being on the backside Derby week, and we have some very special visitor with us right now.
Yeah, Congressman Morgan McGarvey joining us. You told us you love coming back here. What do you love so much about being at the backside Derby week?
This is such a great kickoff to the actual Derby week, right? To be back here, to see all the excitement, the buzz, the horses, people are starting to feel it. The favorites are now starting to come in. The post slots have been drawn. I mean, this is just a great way to kick off the week.
And you already have some favorites.
I do. I mean, what I've been hearing a lot, Chief Wallaby is what people are really saying they kind of like out here. I've been hearing a little bit about the Puma. Watched the Puma run this morning. I was surprised, kind of a smaller horse. My son, who's a preemie, and he's like, you know what, Dad, those small horses, they can weave in and out. So, I mean, that's that one might get $2 from me. I always put $2 on the gray horse, so we'll see what happens.
Full effort.
And Renegade's in the one spot. Renegade looked good this morning too.
So when you go back to Washington, are all the people looking at you saying, "Hey, you're the Kentucky guy. What are some of the picks?" Kind of a celebrity there.
Yeah, I mean they do. They want to know what's going on with the Derby. They want to talk about what it looks like, and so they'll ask, "What horses am I hearing about?" So it's great to be out here and get a little information first.
And you will be here on Derby Day.
Yeah,
on Oaks Day.
Derby.
Yeah. Do you have some guests who are coming to town?
We've got a couple of members of Congress coming in who want to see it, which is a fun way to showcase Louisville.
Yeah, it certainly is. And when do you return to D.C.?
So I go back this morning to Washington. So I'll be back in D.C. this week through Thursday.
Busy week, and you told us there's a very special visitor coming to Washington.
Yeah, King Charles is coming to Washington this week and is going to come and speak to the House of Representatives tomorrow. So, 250 years, which I guess they're celebrating. Or think about that.
Interesting.
Yeah, big birthday.
I like it. Yeah, but I like it. So it'll be interesting to see him.
Well, did they tell you what you can and can't do? Because aren't there a lot of
protocol
right.
you can and can't do if you meet the king?
Right. Like, can you shake his hand? You're not supposed to, right?
Unfortunately, I have not been briefed on that protocol yet, so I'm quite certain.
You better figure it out.
Right. Like, hey, King, come to the infield. You like horse racing?
Yeah, the infield for Derby. It would be an interesting place to find the king.
The question is, would people recognize him or just be like, hey, man, come on over? Who knows?
Yeah. Well, we know his mom has been to the Derby before.
He's a big horse racing fan.
Yeah, so that was cool. So maybe you should extend that invitation and he might take you up on it.
If I meet him, I'm going to extend the invitation.
Yeah. So you talked about Kentucky being in the spotlight. What are you most excited about right now for our state?
Yeah, look, I think we're on a roll. You see the jobs continuing to come into Kentucky. Louisville's so well positioned. We are right here. We're a logistics hub. We're on the river. We've got a great, climate, weather. Businesses are locating here. I think Louisville's on a roll. Kentucky's on a roll right now, and Derby just showcases the best of what we do.
So when you go back to Washington today, what are going to be some of your top priorities other than getting the king to the infield?
Yeah, this week we actually have a big legislative week in front of us. The Farm Bill is up, and when you think about the Farm Bill, don't just think about agriculture. Really think about every single thing food. This is everything from paying for school lunches to making sure our farmers have what they need. So that is a big, big deal going on in D.C. in the House this week.
All right. Well, we wish you the very safe travels as you head back to D.C. and then, of course, as you come back here to Louisville for the Oaks and Derby.
Yeah, thanks, and happy Derby week.
Happy Derby.
We'll be right back. The longest running Kentucky Derby Festival event marched down Broadway yesterday.
Yeah, the Pegasus Parade. Hundreds of people came out to watch the 71st year for this parade. The theme was Festival on the Move, a year of milestones, memories, and movement. Nearly 100 groups, including dance teams, equestrian groups, marching bands, large inflatables, took part.
We love coming to the Pegasus Parade. We've been coming since I was a little girl. And I love showing my kids the same thing every year that we get to experience. They get to have so much fun. They love watching everything and being involved.
It's Kentucky. It's where I'm from. It's where I'm born. It's like it's home, It's, I don't know. I just
just love it. Kentucky Derby. What can you say?
And you can watch a special encore presentation of the Pegasus Parade on Wave on Thursday night. And before the horses will run, people spent Saturday running, including Olivia.
I did. Hundreds of thousands of runners shut down Louisville streets for the Derby Festival's day of racing. More than 12,000 people were part of the Kentucky Derby Marathon and Mini Marathon. It drew in athletes from all 50 states and even 10 countries. A big shout out to Caroline Gosser from Louisville. She won the women's division of the Mini Marathon. She also won it back in 2022. And this year she came in first with a time of 1 hour, 16 minutes and 10 seconds.
Wow.
In the men's division for the marathon, Jacob Kosis from Versailles, Kentucky won with a time of 2 hours and 23 minutes. That is hard to even imagine that pace that he was keeping there. You can find the complete list of winners on the Kentucky Derby Festival's website. I was so happy to be part of that this year. I finished in 2 hours and 6 minutes. So that was
great.
It was
for the
so
mini.
awesome.
That's
And
awesome.
Next year, I already have my goal set. I said I don't want to do it ever again, but I want to beat that time. So
you're going to do it.
I'm not going to put it out there just yet.
Well, you just
We'll
did.
see. I might. No,
You just did.
I'll probably do it anyway.
All right.
We'll have to see about that.
We'll be right. Or actually, no.
I think we're done with Sunrise Extra. Thanks so much for joining us. It's been a beautiful morning
It
here on the
has.
backside of Churchill Downs.
And we hope you'll join us tomorrow.
Happy Derby Week.
This Wave News Update is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan.
Good morning. Happy Derby Week. Coming to you live from the backside of Churchill Downs. I'm Olivia Russell.
And I'm Shannon Cogan. It is a beautiful morning out here. What a great way to start off Derby Week. And we have a lot of people who've been out here watching those horses on the track. Dawn at the Downs continues through Wednesday, so you can head out here. You can park for free in the yellow or turquoise lots and then head over to where those people are. That's sections 114 through 117. And you can watch all all of the horses, the Derby and Oaks horses, have the track all to themselves from 7:15 till 7:30.
And the ones with the yellow saddle towels, those are the Derby contenders. The ones with the pink are the Oaks contenders. So keep a close eye on them if you're out here, starting at 7:15 every morning through Wednesday. Now let's check in with Tawana for a look at the forecast.
And what we're seeing out here right now, that sun beaming down, but it's filtering through a lot of those upper level clouds that have taken over the region. What we're dealing with temperature wise, sitting in the 50s across the area for this morning. So light jacket weather for sure for many of us. But those clouds, yes, they're going to continue to increase as the day goes along. We'll watch some showers trying to move our way. We could even see some drizzle trying to show up in some spots towards lunch. But it's later on this afternoon that we add in some of those additional scattered showers and thunderstorms as your temperatures climb into the upper 70s and the low 80s. Important note, though, it will also be windy this afternoon with some strong wind gusts near 30 miles per hour coming out of the south. As we look ahead, we are going to be watching a little bit more of those storms taking over for the overnight hours. 8 p.m. through 4 a.m. will be the main concern for some of those strong, severe thunderstorms moving through wave country. Keep an eye on the Wave Weather app.